Red 2 standing by, all for lit and in the green. Welcome back to the Blue Coin Hunt, and today we're heading out to Pinner Park with some Mario Party music accompanying us. Toad's Midway Madness is the perfect musical choice for a level that is basically one big theme park. Because, well, of course it is. We've also got Western Land coming up, and a piece from one of my favourite Mario Party games, Mario Party DS, DK's Stone Statue, which is nice and chill. Anyway, let's kick everything off with our blue coins. We have these things on fire, which can be defeated by blasting them into a wall once you've extinguished them. They're stews of some kind, but I think they're smouldering stews. So obviously, you can kick them around, extinguish them, and punt them into the ocean to defeat them. Fairly easy. They're not that challenging. You've just got to make sure they hit a wall or something, but they keep going apparently. Anyway, we need to spray the beach to look for blue coins. Mostly I was just getting rid of the stews. We can also wind up finding fruit to get Yoshi's help, though oddly enough that one didn't get defeated when it crashed into the cannon, but there we are. So spray the beach and you'll find fruit and eventually the silhouettes for a couple of blue coins. Takes a little bit of work, but you'll eventually get there. I think I found one, and yep, there we are, Past Me has found it, thank you very much. There is our first blue coin. You'll notice that there are several in the baskets too, but we'll get to that later on. This one took a little bit of time to show up, it was a bit persistent, but we nabbed that, and there's another one not too far from here if I remember correctly. Because obviously I'm running around spraying water like a complete idiot, so if there's not one I'm going to look a bit silly, aren't I? Thankfully we will be able to find that and a whole variety of fruit besides, so that we can get pretty much everything we need in the level. We've got a great abundance of fruit and regular coins, at least. It's not too far from here as far as I know. There we go. And once it's revealed, there you go. Now, we do need Yoshi's services for a couple of things. Once we find the right fruit, take it over to Yoshi and there are butterflies on the beach we can eat. If you swallow the 2 blue butterflies, I think there are 2 anyway, you will wind up getting blue coins. You can also eat the greenish one for a 1-up, and although it does have a really annoying tendency to run away from you. Find the blue ones, and now when I did this back in the actual Let's Play, I thought I was going crazy. I thought there were 2, but I must have eaten both of them. Anyway, track them down with Yoshi's homing tongue, and you will get 2 more blue coins. Then we need to head into the park as Shadow Mario runs off, but ignore him, he's a git anyway. Go over to the clam cups and spray them open, and you'll find a blue coin in there. Not too far from there is a blue coin underneath the stairwell that leads up to the pirate ships. This one's a bit fiddly to get. You need to get your jump just right. And if you do, you will eventually get it. But as I said, it's a bit of a pain to try and get, and you can't actually do a wall jump to get it. You have to perhaps get a bit of momentum, then jump and hover up. Not too far from here should be the next one. It's fairly easy to get most of the coins in Pinner Park. Doesn't take too much work really. And since the areas are so close together, you can grab things pretty easily. I'm working on the X on the Pianta fruit tree with a loogie hanging off its nose. Spray that, run to the X, and you pretty much know how these work. You essentially have to spray pretty much at the front of those X's, or whatever symbol it is, if you want to actually make a serious impact on them. Depending on where you spray, you can either have a hard time or an easy time cleaning them, which is really weird. But mind you, there are lots of little oddities with this game in all fairness. It's just one of those things, give yourself a bit of an advantage. See, that's doing practically nothing, and I should be hitting it right on the center, but if I get it just there, very, very finicky hitboxes in all fairness. Then we can quickly make our way back, slide down the hill if we need to, and voila, another blue coin. So with that one in hand, we can make our way, I presume, over to the pirate ships. There are some blue coins up on the pirate ships. Or we just go for the M symbol on the wall that we kind of ran past. Oh, hello. Nice shot of the Electro Cooper there. If we head up the hill, we can see a blue bird sitting on top of the rotunda. Take a shot at it with better accuracy than I have, and you'll get a blue coin out of it. Easy enough. Then if we go all the way to the top of the Ferris wheel, it's worth noting that you can actually wind up crashing into the roller coaster cards. But the Ferris wheel itself actually does not have a coded hitbox. You can stand on top of the actual Ferris wheel cards, but the actual Ferris wheel has no coded hitbox. As a result, when you're doing the runaway Ferris wheel, it's really easy to complete by using that knowledge. A couple of blue coins can be found on top of it. You'll have to do some quick and careful moving so that you don't fall off. Always a big danger, and it's a pain in the backside getting up here. Position yourself right, spray, and away you go. Get the hitbox just right. As I said, it is a little bit weird. Quickly run across and you'll get it. It's pretty simple, honestly. But they do disappear fairly quick. If we go back to the clam cubs, there's another blue bird in the area. Like I said previously, I did this a bit cack-handedly. I just sort of did them in a weird order. But now, if we head behind Mecha Bowser's Arena, we'll be able to find another blue coin. Take a gentle swim to relax, cruise along with the hover nozzle, which does make swimming a bit faster, and here we are, tucked away not too far from another blue coin, which is fairly handy. Drench that down, get rid of Bowser Jr.'s graffiti. Oddly enough, graffiti like this is the only goop we find in Pinner Park. I suppose it makes sense because this is Bowser Jr.'s hideout. He doesn't want to mess it up. Somewhat literally. So you have to knock away the stews from the top of the stack. You can't swat the middle out. It's not like a Daruma Otoshi, which is what Darumaka is based on. So swat the stews, take out the big one, and they all die and you get a blue coin. Easy as you please, really. And then in the back way of the Ferris wheel, we can see that up above those blocks is another M symbol. Stand in the right spot, shoot it, and you've got a blue coin. Not too hard to do. There we are. There's that. And now we need to go back to near the rotunda. Stand on these platforms and you'll be able to fly your way over to this cage. Inside that cage is a blue coin. But there's also one over on the support struts of the pirate ships. Stick the landing and then go back and you'll be able to get that blue coin in the cage. Not too shabby. Make sure you do actually land on the gate though. And don't accidentally fall off. So there's that one chalked up. And now we can wind up actually getting to those triangle symbols I saw. Sorry that took so long. But we have to climb up to where you get... we can easily get access to the Ferris wheel cards. Basically, somersaults and skillful jumping will be your friend, which kind of leaves me in a bit of strife because I'm not always the best at this. Do that one first, then for the other one you can just drop down. It's a lot easier. I did unfortunately wind up using the hover nozzle instead, the Gnocchi will tuck into their shells, and if you wind up squirting them with water, they're not quite as funny to soak as the Piantas are. And behind the rotunda, behind the access point for the roller coaster, another blue coin. Then there's these two. One of them you can fly out on top of the pirate ships to get, with a long drop down, and then you have to land on top of the pirate ship as it does a full loop, run, jump, and hover across, sticking the landing. Now we can actually go into the beach cannon secret, because the next blue coins are located in the baskets you will find in the area. Let Monty Mole's salvos destroy all those baskets, and you will wind up getting the blue coins. This one took a while. Apparently Monty Mole is a really, really bad aim, but the homing bullet bills will help you get them. You do have to be very patient, and you generally have to run very quickly because the homing bullet bills are a little bit faster than you sometimes. It's a bit of a nuisance. The two furthest away are a royal pain in the keister, but you'll be able to get everything you need by baiting them into you and getting the coins. Of course, you can still get blown up, so be careful. It should leave us with 29 once we finish everything on the beach. In all fairness, it's not too hard to get the blue coins in this level. You've just got to do a bit of searching, but it's somewhat contained and it's not particularly labyrinthine, which is an absolute bonus. There we are, that one was just being a bit odd. And there should be one more basket nearby if I remember correctly. Or, there it is. Some of them you can have hit by the regular ones, but the homing ones are much better to work with. Then there is one more blue coin. We're on to the last one already, and it's found in the Yoshi Go Round secret. We do need the services of Yoshi, and we have some butterflies to eat on the beach. Make your way over there, so not too far from where you fought Shadow Mario. Eat that lone butterfly, and there's your blue coin. And now it is time to get wandering through the hotel and take on Sirena Beach's blue coins. Most of them, as you'd guess, are actually indoors. But we can still find some outside. And of course that does in some cases mean beating Phantomanta, which is just really fun to say in all fairness. It's also worth noting that from a certain point of view, the forecourt of Hotel Delfino actually looks like a GameCube controller. Really clever. Anyway, first blue coin is out in the ocean. We might as well take a quick dip before we wind up fighting manta rays. Just swim along to the far right-hand side of the water, dive down, and away you go. Kicks everything off quite nicely. And if we take a bit of time to rescue some Gnocchi, we'll be able to get some blue coins. We can also get these blue coins in episode 6. They'll give 1-up mushrooms if we wind up rescuing them again. So 2 and 3 are our blue coins here. Very generous of them. We can't do much, otherwise we do actually have to wait for later episodes. Admittedly, it is best... Well, there are some that I think you can do still in episode 1, but some of them it's probably just best to do from episode 2 onwards, so you're not duking it out with Phantomanta. From episode 2 onwards, spray that sign, and a coin will pop out. If we head over to the right-hand beach hut as we face the hotel, we can see that there's a blue coin under there. Try not to land on the roof, but if we get our jump just right, as you can see, past me is making a real hash of it, blue coin. Then we can run off to this little flower bed out the back, spray it, and a blue coin pops up. Very handy. If we head around to the back of the hotel, jump up there, what do you know, another blue coin. I think you can get some of these in episode 1, but I just want to make absolutely sure by doing it now. Drop down, and second from left should yield a blue coin. So with that done, we don't actually have too much more we can do in episode 2. Most of them we can do in episode 3, but 5 is a good point to start because we have a bit more freedom and we can go into the casino. If we spray that light where the just over where the Boo statue was in episode 2, we get a blue coin. Then we can wind up spraying another light just over here, and that gets us another blue coin. Fairly useful. If we go into the room nearby, head on into the attic, and we can find our way to getting another blue coin. I think there's a lone Boo we can defeat in here. There is also one hidden in the maze, so we can pick that up. As you can see, it's rotating. If you run across a blue coin that is not rotating, that's a Boo. So be very careful in that regard. Anyway, the lone Boo in the attic, find that, defeat that, and you get a blue coin from that. Thankfully, we don't need Yoshi. You only need Yoshi to deal with the sleepy Boos. But yeah, just be careful and hope it doesn't get stuck in the wall. That would be annoying. There is another blue coin we can access in the general vicinity. Backtrack from the rough area of the Boo. And I must have been trying to head down here because we can find a few more blue coins by ground pounding into this room. If we spray this mirror, another blue coin. We can also ground pound to go down to a different room there. Smash that, try not to bounce too much, and it's got a blue coin in it as well. A nice little treasure trove. So from where we get up to the 3rd floor, again we need to change direction and essentially look for the pineapples. If we go into this room near where we do get the pineapples, we can spray one of the shelves and we get a blue coin out of it. Can't remember which one it is off the top of my head even reviewing this. There we are. That's got it. I think we have to spray the doll pick poster as well, but we've actually got a pretty good variety of blue coins we can find all over the place, really. So yeah, spray the doll pick poster, go through, and another blue coin. Quite a few of them are actually located close together, which makes searching through here a question of just find the right doorway or passage in the ceiling. You can also find a blue coin where the pineapples were in episode 3, and then you can go through the room the Sleepy Boo guarded for another one. How good is that? If we head into the casino, turn around, and blast the gunge above the door. Pretty easy to miss in all fairness, very cleverly hidden. Also, we can actually get a decent payout from the slot machines. Who knew? Ground pound this particular one for a blue coin, and somehow hurt ourselves significantly. If we spray those torches there, one of them gives us a regular coin, the other one will give us a blue coin. Spray that and we're good to go. So you can only access the casino in episodes 4 and 5. Make sure to get these blue coins. We need to go back to scrubbing Sirena Beach next, so make sure you clean everything. You'll find 2 other Noki you can rescue. And you'll get 1-ups from rescuing ones you've rescued before. Or maybe it's the same ones we rescue again? Because they seem similar. I think it's the same couple that gave us the blue coins the first time. In episode 6, they wind up giving us another pair of blue coins. Can't go wrong with that, can you? Very helpful indeed. Much, much nicer than a lot of the Piantas, but those are the only ones you need to worry about in episode 6. We've got a few coins that pop up from markers later on. They can be completed in episodes 7 and 8. Best to go into episode 8, because outside we wind up getting this bit of graffiti, which I was trying to use a shotgun blast on. And there we go. Blue coin. Now these triangles, you'll need to stand in very specific spots and run in just the right way so that you can actually get the coins. It takes a little while to do. You've got to be a really good aim. And the camera goes a bit weird. So run up the stairs, watch for the sudden change of direction in the camera and slide along. At least you can jump down a floor and get the coins that way when you're doing the ones on a higher altitude or higher level. Pretty simple. The ones where you have to go from a higher to a lower floor might disappear a bit faster, and somehow I didn't burn myself. So be careful. There's another M symbol. Clean that off, and we can take care of the last pair of graffiti marks we need to set up. Get your directional spray right and you'll be able to eventually clean them off. Notice how I'm having to spray right in front of it due to the weird nature of the hitboxes. The camera also screws you over if you try and stand in the optimal spot too. But once you've got that, it's a bit of a breeze to get this one as well. Make sure you stand in the best spot, usually by the top of the stairs. Spray wherever the game says you need to spray, and run down. And once you've grabbed that, we will need to go up into the hotel's attic pathways one more time. Go to the area near the central light. You'll see it's just at the top left. We're getting closer. It has 4 coins in a row, and there's an M symbol. That wraps up all the coins we can find in Sirena Beach. So I forgot to mention last time that we had music from Luigi's Mansion 3 on hand. The Tomb Suites for the occasions outside, and different tracks from across the game for indoors. This time we've got various tracks from the Donkey Kong Country series. Cascade Capers, the waterfall level from DKC 3, kicks us off. Then we're going to have Ruin Rhapsody from DKC Returns and Cannon Canyon from Tropical Freeze, with a bit of a surprise at the end. Anyway, welcome to the janky handling boat. Noki Bay's first couple of blue coins require us to handle this ridiculous piece of crap all through the poisonous water so that we can very quickly not die. And it's a pain in the rear. At least, if it sinks, you're probably going to be somewhere near land, or you can at least dive under the water to not die. Bad luck when it comes to Corona Mountain. You're stuffed if this thing crashes, and it will crash if you're not incredibly careful. So there we are. Once we've dealt with that, we can try and get a blue coin all the way down at the bottom of the ocean, where a cheap will drag us to a watery grave if we're stupid. So don't grab the coins on the way down. Dive slowly, perhaps grab one if you need one, and get that blue coin, or get eaten. Drags you as far away from everything as possible, which just goes to show that the developers were complete asses some of the time when making this game. Thankfully, I actually didn't drown. But now we have to head over to the ruins area to get most of our coins. So once we make our way into the hidden passage, with some very careful maneuvering, we'll be able to grab quite a few along the various walls here. So basically just look in every single nook and cranny and you'll be able to get hold of the blue coins. Move very carefully throughout the area and yeah, basically check all those little alcoves. Generally you won't be able to see into them, but you should find some blue coins if you're looking around. Sadly, that one didn't have any. But if we head up to the higher areas, we'll be able to work our way down that cliff. You could see as we rose up to where the gold bird was, one of only two, and we did wind up kind of killing both of them, we can get some blue coins in this area. Basically spray open the various areas of the wall, then cruise down, and we've got ourselves yet another blue coin we'll be able to find behind those wall panels. Simple enough, really. Just have good jumping control and don't fall off. We get 2 for the price of 1 here, but don't go into that central hole. Just check where the blue coins are and be very, very wary, because some doors do have weird punch traps in them. Depending on where you are, you can suddenly wind up flying all the way back down to the bottom. Which, again, why did they do that? There are some design choices in this game that aren't explainable by general jank. They're just inexcusable. So we've got a blue coin in here, and there should be one that's just nearby. You might have to jump and hover because for some reason you don't grab the ledge when you're doing a double jump, but jumping and hovering will be fine. Strange, I know. But line yourself up and you can make your way over to another blue coin here. It's all very, very well hidden. But if you're willing to take the time and go exploring, we have a raft of opportunities. Over here, another one. See? The ruins are full of these things. It's actually pretty impressive that we're being able to plunder all this treasure just so we can try and get as many of the island's guardians back as possible. I wonder if the blue coins are actually important to the knocking. Anyway, now that we've taken all of those, we can start making our way up the cliff face. This one over here. We kind of have to speed it up because it takes a long time. Getting up there is a bit of a pain in the butt, and if you fall, it's even worse. So fly over there, but whatever you do, get the one that requires the rocket nozzle first. Launch straight up into the air and get that one first. Don't be stupid like I did. You can see, am I thinking about it? Yes, I thought about it and then I remembered, oh wait, there's a punch trap in there. Who was enough of an ass to do that? That's just not on. That's just not on at all. It's terrible. See, we wind up going flying all the way back down. We're completely uncontrollable and we can bounce into the poison water and die. So, the site of the infamous dive. If we stick our landing right, we can wind up here and get another blue coin. We can access it via different paths, and this one you can just rocket up to. It's also in a secret path. But there's one that's just nearby, which will either require you to rocket from a nearby location or to use the rocket nozzle and a spin jump, which you can actually do because you can't double jump or turn very easily while powering up the rocket nozzle, but you can, for some reason, spin jump with it. So make sure to spin jump, and if you get your aim right, because spin jumping is so fiddly sometimes, you will be able to get that blue coin. There we go. Now, sneak along past the baskets. You have to be very, very careful. As I wound up discovering in the episode proper, you must actually take time to rest because Mario can fall off. I didn't realize that Mario can fall off. As you can see, he'll start spasming and fall off after a while because he's run out of grip strength. This does not happen in any other Mario game, and there's another blasted punch trap. The developers hated you. I think that's the only option, the only explanation for douchebaggery like that. They hated the players. So when you finally make your way over there, assuming Mario's arms don't fall off or you don't get punched into the abyss, you can get a blue coin up there. You can also sidle along this pathway, making sure to stop off in the gaps, and no, I don't think these have punch traps in them. But you can sidle all the way down and be able to wall jump with some difficulty because of the camera screw to get another blue coin. It never helps when the camera doesn't cooperate. And I think it's probably one thing that 3D platformers have never quite cracked. A truly cooperative camera. Once you get that, everything else can wind up falling into place. So sidle along. It's very hard to get with the rocket nozzle as far as I know. I think you just fall short. So you basically have to wall kick your way up there and hope that you're in alignment with the coin. Royal pain in the backside, and the camera does not help one bit. Then there's another area we can go behind the second wheel. There is no third wheel, or actually maybe that's me. And we can sidle along eventually. Don't fall off. Spray the wall nearby. And we'll be able to get yet another blue coin. Plenty of them are very well hidden. Then if we wind up near where Monty Mole is, we can just grab on. The turbo nozzle is there in episode 6 and only episode 6. So let's head into the boss of Tricky Ruins. That gets us a couple more. So yeah, the turbo nozzle is really, really stupid. On our way, we can go to the Shell's Secret. That's it. We can still find pretty much everything. So we do need the turbo nozzle. Remember where that blue coin was? Grab the turbo nozzle for 2 blue coins. You must use the turbo nozzle to cross the water with enough speed to get these. It's one of the few actually necessary uses of the turbo nozzle in the entire game. And even then, everything to do with the turbo nozzle is entirely optional. The turbo nozzle is not needed to complete the main game. It is so underutilized. We dash across the ocean, and there we are, we get that. You'll need to switch back to your hover nozzle and go into the mazes that first appear in episode 2, the boss of Tricky Ruins. They're on a timer, so be quick. If you hover down here in the first one, you'll be able to get this blue coin. Make your way out of that first section and activate the next one. We can get another blue coin in a somewhat difficult area. Of course, there's also a lot of falling because of the relatively imprecise controls of the wall kicking. It's better than Mario 64 in all fairness, but you need to time your jump just right for this one. Then you can hover across, get the blue coin. Then once you make it out of there, drop down into the Noki King's tomb or whatever it is, and the 2 jars in this area We also get a 1-up if we come here after episode 2. These 2 jars, when sprayed, will reveal blue coins. We can actually leave this area too, which is fairly useful. So I took a little while to get it just right. Now we can either do the next 4 blue coins in episode 4 or 8. And the music I switched to is, appropriately enough, Waterworld from DKC3, because the underwater section is a little bit creepy. So yeah, I wanted to show you that you can find these 4 blue coins scattered on top of the pillars in episode 4. So basically, you'll have to look around all these pillars in the Noki residence. If you just cruise around and take a look, eventually you'll get hold of them. And it's pretty simple. You can pretty much ignore Eely Mouth for now. If you're doing this the first time, you can actually just go and beat the level. It is also worth noting that you can spray those bubbles, and they will wind up turning into regular air bubbles, I think. So if we cruise along here, 1 more to go after this one. Get that. And this will wrap everything up for Noki Bay. So there's a bit of searching to do, but overall it's not that difficult to get them. Thankfully, a lot of them are grouped neatly together. On to the last. And onto the final area. So, I'm gonna be honest, F-Zero doesn't really have that much to do with Pianta Village, but I just wanted to use the music because I love the series and I'm still convinced it needs a revival. Plus, the remix of Red Canyon from F-Zero GX, like the original Red Canyon from the SNES game, is an absolute banger. It's fantastic. There's also Dream Chaser from F-Zero X, which made it into Super Smash Bros., Mist Flow from F-Zero GP Legend, and Craterland from F-Zero Maximum Velocity. There's a blue coin right behind the start in Pianta Village. If we head all the way out here, onto the mushrooms, in episode 1 we can climb up to the top of the various bits of bamboo grating. Flood will still tell us about the chain chomps. If we head over to this area, we can see our M hovering just above, well, just below the roof, and we can get our blue coin there. Now we need to run across the bridge and go over to this structure. We find a few more M structures around the place. So spray this off and blue coin. Easy as you please. If you want to make it easier, just deal with the chain chomplets. So spray and pray and get them out of the way, and as we run around, just underneath the fruit tree area is another blue coin from an M symbol. Head out near this swing on the left-hand side as we face Pianta Village, and we will find, just chilling out near the edge, a blue coin. Don't fall off. It's a long way down. Sometimes you can wind up actually landing on the quote-unquote death barrier, but that's a glitch and I don't know how to trigger it. If we head up this tree, we should be able to get another blue coin. Jump up quickly, and out on the platform is our blue coin. Nicely hidden. So grab that and away we go. Clip through the tree somehow, and ground pound to land safely, and we'll be able to continue. Just by the gate at the end of the river is a blue coin, and then we can turn around and swim towards another one. Just underneath this little bridge, blue coin. So if we head along this way, we'll be able to spot some graffiti. Stand in the right spot, spray it, and then slip and slide. That's usually the easiest way to get these. The turbo nozzle does not appear at all in this level. So come to think of it, the turbo nozzle does, I think, appear in Rico Harbour, It appears for a bit in Bianco Hills, but you don't need it. You don't need it in Rico Harbour either. It appears in Gelato Beach, and you don't need it there. So it's mainly a few things in Delfino Plaza, and 2 blue coins in Noki Bay, so yeah, completely underused. Anyway, run over and get our blue coin. Easy as that, and then we can run out to this tree. We'll stop at the Pianta statue down there in the baths, but we can run up to the tip top of this tree and get a blue coin. We also get to see the finish of Il Piantissimo's race. Near where the shine sprite for Chain Chomplets Unleashed appears, spray that gate. Blue coin. Pretty simple. And yeah, now we don't have to deal with the Chain Chomplets. It does make life a little easier, but they generally don't pursue you. So hose those down and head back to the baths. I really should have got this one when I was there the first time. Not very smart of me. Anyway, ground pound the Pianta statue's nose for the blue coin. And the regular coins if you want them. Then, when we're over here, we can head up in any nighttime episode and get on top of the gold mushroom where the mayor is. If we spray the moon at this point, we wind up getting another blue coin. This one is stupidly well hidden. Some of these were just sadistic. You weren't going to find these without a guide. Anyway, that's all cleared up. So we should go next to... Which one did Past Me decide to go to? Because he's holding on the shot for too long. The Goopy Inferno. Great. So there is a trick that the game guide may recommend, but that my brother and later I wound up using. I wanted to do it the proper way, but you'll notice how Mario drops water when he jumps. And we wind up getting a treat. If we are savvy enough, use a bit of spinning and wind up avoiding the bird that's dropping fiery goop on us, we can splash our way to making enough of a gap in the lava goop that we can, with the right timing, perform a spin jump and get over there. So that very rude bird with the trots is kind of getting in our way, but once we have enough of a run up here, we can... I think I did it a few more times, just trying to get enough space, but land your spin jump and look at that. That is a much shorter way, and it's much less perilous than running along the stupid fence. So we can rescue Flood, and what a surprise, M symbol. Clean that off, and we get ourselves a blue coin. A little bit of a reward for reuniting with our mechanical buddy. Make sure to clean off the gunge too, because if we head down and start spraying, we'll eventually find a big M symbol. It's very big. See what I mean? Probably the biggest one we've found so far, so spray that off, and we get ourselves another blue coin. There is, of course, yet another idiot running around within 10 feet of a body of water. Save him from his own terminal stupidity, which really should be left for natural selection to take its course, which is always the difficult thing with things like the Darwin Awards. Yes, somebody's dying and that's tragic, but on the other hand, stupidity has selected against itself, as Darwinian theory states, so... bit awkward. Anyway, secret of the village underside. Yoshi is on hand to help us out. There are 2 beehives we can deal with in this chapter and only this episode and only this episode. One of them is by the Pianta statue at the bath, and you can get knocked off to your death fairly easily if you go near it. It's pretty simple though, just eat all the bees, we've seen it before, and you wind up getting your blue coins. We can do a couple of other things with Yoshi because we have a cluster of butterflies to eat near the fruit tree. So up we go, and I managed to land right in that hole. You could not make it up. Yoshi can't get out of there. I was stuck. I couldn't even drop Yoshi into the gap because Yoshi can't flip through gates. I can, but Yoshi can't. I couldn't spray Yoshi to get rid of him. So there's no mercy kill. Yoshi can't flip through the gate. Down there would be death. So basically, I just had to leave Yoshi down there to starve to death, and that sucked. So, when we get on top of these mushrooms, we'll find those butterflies. Eat the cluster of blue butterflies, which is on a different one, just over there, closest to the fruit tree. Eat all of those and we'll get a blue coin. So Yoshi actually has 3 things to do in this one, besides send you down to the portal to hell where you deal with the chucksters. Make sure to rotate the camera so you know where the butterflies actually are in comparison to you. And yeah, once we've got that, grab a bit of fruit and we can go and deal with the bees at the bathhouse. Basically the same as the first one. I don't know why I wound up putting this at normal speed. Knock it down and yeah, it's getting pretty cruisy, really. Speaking of cruisy, the other blue coins in this do get very simple. Fortunately, there's a huge cluster of them. So just lick away at the bees, the beehive respawned, or I didn't knock it down, one of the two. And we've got more bees. Don't fall off the edge. You will generally get thrown off Yoshi quite a bit. For some reason, if they hit you, you do tend to get thrown back. But yeah, eat them. Blue coin, easy enough. Now, Piantas in Need gives us 9 blue coins, 9 of them. All of the adult Piantas we free will wind up giving us blue coins. The small ones do not give us blue coins. They don't give us anything. They're ingrates. So basically, spray and away you go. One of them is a chuckster and threw me into lava, which was really horrible. You can see why people hate the chucksters, honestly. So yeah, basically we go through this at high speed, and we will get our wealth of blue coins. It's surprisingly convenient for blue coins. It makes things just that bit easier to get. And it really does help show the gratitude that is present in Pianta Village. The fact that they actually care that Mario is helping them out. It shows that the ones in Bianco Village and Delfino Plaza are just really rude or really stupid. Or both. Or maybe they're in league with Bowser, which is entirely possible. So anyway, we get all those coins, and we can slide back to this sign at the start of the village. In daytime episodes only, spray that sign from the front, and you will get the blue coin. Now we're coming to our last one, and as everything wraps up, the results theme from F-Zero plays. A fitting piece of music to conclude our journey. Climb up the big tree at the centre of Pianta Village and there is one last blue bird. That will result in us having 230 blue coins. The last 10 are in Corona Mountain and you'll see how to get those. One of them is easy, the others require the stupid boat. So, grab this, and the journey is almost ready to conclude. Next time, we head through Corona Mountain. Thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, this is Red 2 returning to base.